Hey everybody, it's Jim Kukro from authormarketingclub.com, and we're doing a masterclass today with the founder and creator of BookFunnel, Damon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for taking the time to demo what you have built at BookFunnel. Author Marketing Club, we're always looking to help our authors figure out better ways to sell more books, get more reviews, all of those things. And BookFunnel is one of those things that I think has really solved a big problem in the marketplace, and that is the business of side loading. And if people don't know what side loading is, I always describe it as that magic dust way where the book gets from wherever you buy it from or wherever you access it from into your device, your Kindle, your Nook, your phone. It's like how it delivers. Now, if you buy an ebook on Amazon and you click buy, Amazon automatically side loads that into the Kindle app for you. Okay, but if you are giving away a free book for a promotion or for reviews or something, there's a problem, because if you have an EPUB or a Mobi file or even a PDF on your computer, you can't just email it to the person because they don't have a way to get the book into their device easily. And that's what BookFunnel does. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because it's a really great app, and we'll show you all the features in it. So Damon, how did I do there? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's perfect. The biggest issue that people have is, I mean, so there are a lot of people who do really email the file and say, you know, thanks for checking out my book. Here's the Mobi, and here's the EPUB, or here's the PDF. And that's what most people did a couple of years ago before I built BookFunnel. And that was really, when I saw people doing that as an engineer, I thought that's not good enough. People aren't going to be able to figure that out. I can figure that out. I know how to get a Mobi to my Kindle, but other people aren't going to figure that out. And so that's where that came from. But yeah, that's a perfect description of what the problem BookFunnel was built to solve.
Right. So let's talk about that problem, because it is a big issue. So let's walk through scenarios. So let's say that you are doing a promotion for your book and you want to give away copies, but you are not in Kindle. You don't have free days in Kindle. So you can't give away the book free there. You need to find a way to give it to people that they can easily read it. And BookFunnel, it allows you to do that in a way. And there's so many other features. We'll get into the admin on this, so you can actually show people how this works. But this does solve a big problem in the marketplace, and we'll talk about some of those examples here today. So let's just jump in, I guess, right? Let's jump into the admin, and let's go through it. So if you wouldn't mind, just go to the admin and kind of give us a brief rundown of how this works.
All right. So what we're looking at here is your dashboard. Really,
hold on one second, Damon. I want to do something real quick before we do that.
All right.
I want you to demo it, how it works. I know you have a demo on the front page of your website where you can download, was it some kind of Alice book?
Oh, yeah.
Let's show people that first so they have the context, okay?
So, yeah, we put this demo up here to kind of show people what it looks like when a reader gets your book. And so this is our demo. We use Alice's Adventures in Wonderland because it's a book that everybody recognizes, and it's public domain. So if you're looking at the reader page here, what you really have is the book cover, front and center, really big, because that is the biggest thing that sells a reader on getting your book. So we put the book cover front and center. And the second thing we have up here is we have what we call a tag, but it's a tagline, something that is going to entice the reader and get them to want your book. You know, a lot of times what you're doing is you're driving the traffic to your page to get people to get your book, but 100% of those people that you manage to snag through Facebook ads or even organic traffic through the back of your books or from your own website, they're not immediately just going to download your book because you're free. Everybody is throwing a free book at somebody these days. So you want to give them something that is really going to entice them to download. So we use the cover. Then we use these, what we call the headings. And so you have heading 1 is the largest, then you have heading 2, and those are meant to sort of pique the reader's interest. Then you get to the Get My Book button, and then the description down here that you can set, and we'll show all that in the admin. So when you go Get My Book, you get on a computer, you are given these options that basically we're trying to narrow down what you read on, because you're on your computer. You might actually read on your computer. I was surprised when I built BookFunnel how many people actually read on a laptop or their desktop. I thought this number would be close to 0, because that, to me, that's not a reading experience that I enjoy. I want to read on my phone, or I read on my Paperwhite. So we present the options here, and BookFunnel changes depending on the device that you hit the page with. If you were to hit the same exact page on your iPhone, you would see a completely different screen here. The options would be much narrower, and with one tap of a button, you would have the book in your Kindle app, your Nook app, your iBooks app, and you would be done. If you were on Android, we have an Android app that we, depending on which reading app you read with, we have an Android app that we encourage you to use that will get the book to your device no matter which app you decide you'd like to read in.
So let's pull that back up again, because I just want to make sure you understand this. So basically, you're getting a copy of this book for free, and now BookFunnel is telling you, or asking you, where do you want this book to read it at? And I don't think a lot of people realize there are multiple places where they can have the book delivered to. And I have a Kindle, or I have an iPad that has a Kindle app. So I like to read on that. So in that scenario, I would choose the iPad. Okay. So now explain what happens here.
So because you're on an iPad, the easiest thing to do, you're not on your iPad. So if you were on your iPad, you would see different options. But because you are on your computer, but telling BookFunnel you want to read on your iPad, the quickest way to get you your book is just to email the file to yourself and then open it on your iPad. We assume that almost everybody, and it's been pretty universally true, that everybody can read email on their iPad or on their iPhone if they have one.
Yeah.
So you would email yourself the book, and then boom, you open it. There are other ways that we could do it, but that is the quickest way, and that is what we've really spent a lot of time. So we've been at this for a couple of years now, and we've gone through many iterations, and every time, everything that BookFunnel is doing is trying to get the book to whichever device you want to read on as quickly and painlessly as possible. And that means that every device that you can send to might have a different way of doing it, because on Android, emailing yourself the book, not going to do you any good at all. And so if you had picked Android, we would encourage you to go to the Google Play Store and get our app, where you could then have the book in seconds. But you can't email a Mobi to your Android and have it open in the Kindle app. Amazon doesn't allow the Kindle app to do that. So each time you pick a device, we're going to give you different instructions. And we've spent a lot of time tailoring those instructions for every single device to be as easy as it possibly can be.
So in this scenario, then, I want to read it on my iPad, and I would probably just choose the PDF then, right? Or
you could. It depends. So the PDF is the format that that we ship, that we encourage, and it's optional. You don't have to ship a PDF, but we do require you to ship an EPUB and a Mobi, because those are the ebook formats that everybody can get and read in. So for you, if you read like I read in the Kindle app on my iPhone, so I would just email myself the Mobi. Right. And BookFunnel will actually remember me, so the next time I come in, see, it already pre-populated my email address. I'm glad I showed that to everybody, so everybody can email me if you need me. If you have a question, feel free to email me.
So then I get the link in the email, and that's it. It gives me instructions on how to view it, and I'm done, right?
In this particular case, we've actually emailed you the file. The actual Mobi file is now sitting in your inbox, and you can, from the Mail app or from any Mail app on your iPad, tap that file, and it will offer to open it in the Kindle. It'll send it straight through to the Kindle app.
Okay, but in there's so many other scenarios. If I was on my phone already, I would have different options, like you said.
Sure. Yeah,
or
if you can
on my iPad, I would have different options.
Well, here, I can show you real quick. This gets a bit janky with developer tools, but if I'm on, so now I've told Chrome to pretend that I'm an iPhone 6. So now I'm an iPhone 6, and these are the options that I get. So you can tap this. If you were on your iPad when you came in the first place, you would immediately just tap this Kindle app. It would zip right to your Kindle app, and you'd be reading in seconds.
And that is what I wanted people to understand, because the alternative to that was a lot of steps and figuring out, and that's what BookFunnel does. And that's really the power of what you've built here. So I wanted people to understand how this works and then get an idea. Okay, good. So now people get an idea of how this works. That's your page. You can put that page out to people. You can there's a lot of features on the inside. So let's kind of go look at the inside so people can get an understanding of how easy it is to set these things up.
Okay, so what we're looking at now is the BookFunnel dashboard. So this is a user that I created who has come in, and the only thing that I have done so far on this account is I created a pen name, which is down here in the corner. It's not really interesting to show you, so I kind of skip through that. But you have to tell BookFunnel your author name, your author email, and then optionally a URL that you use as your homepage if you want to. Then you're back at the home page on the dashboard, and BookFunnel says, okay, great, you've got your author name. Now you want to add a book. So we try to walk you through the initial steps of getting your account set up and getting your book uploaded. Once you have an account, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your book up, get a page attached to your book, and start sharing with readers.
Okay, so let's add a book.
All right, so we can click right here. You can also do it from books, the books link over here. I'm going to kind of show you, we're going to kind of walk down this navigation through here. So I can click add a new book, and BookFunnel stops. So we have two different kinds of books. We have one that is an ebook. So you have the EPUB, the Mobi, and then optionally you can choose to add the PDF. And then we also added what we call a PDF extra. We have a lot of authors who ship either some other little optional extra that they ship alongside their book. We have a lot of nonfiction authors who will ship worksheets or infographics, and a lot of fiction authors ship cool thing. Mark Dawson ships a PDF that is a dossier of his main action hero of his thriller series. So things like that. And for stuff like
dossier, like Dawson.
Yeah. Well, it's really neat. He actually went through and made this PDF where he redacted certain pieces of information, so it really looks like you're looking at a spy's dossier. So it's kind of neat.
Let me ask you a question here. So if I'm an author, I probably struggle with this whole EPUB Mobi stuff. If you're using a tool to build your ebook, you can always, that tool is going to allow you to export into an EPUB or a Mobi. Or if you've hired somebody to format your ebook, they're going to be able to provide you those files. So don't get caught up now on this and say, well, I'm Jim, I'm no way I'm ever going to be able to create an EPUB. These are standard files you will get when you create an ebook, right?
In most cases. The only case where that's not true is, like all things, Microsoft Word. So in Word is only going to give you a Word doc, but there are several services and software out there that can take a Word doc and will convert it to an EPUB and a Mobi for you. We actually recommend.
You could export a PDF.
It will export a PDF. So you could ship, and we do have some people that ship, some authors that will ship a short story as a PDF only. They didn't want to bother with the EPUB and the Mobi and all that stuff, and it's just a little quick short story that they wrote for their fans, and so they'll ship it as just a PDF. We don't actually recommend doing that because the PDFs, if you're on a phone, a PDF looks really bad because you can only format, PDF is a fixed layout format, so you can only format it for one size device. So it might look great on your iPad, but it's going to look terrible if somebody's reading on their iPhone. We encourage authors to try and, if you can, get the EPUB, the Mobi file, and ship the actual ebook files.
Okay, so let's say that we have an EPUB.
So we say, yes, I have an EPUB. So now BookFunnel wants to know, what are you going to do with it? So I'm using my own first book as the demo here. So this is the title of my book. The author name, it's pre-populated. There's only one because I only set one up as a pen name, and I could go in and put in the series numbers. You can tag it with Amazon's ASIN, so it will actually store that information in the file. I don't need to get into what all that's about, but so then we ask you for your book tagline, and it's not required, but we encourage you to put one in because it's going to make your pages pop a lot more if you can come up with a tagline that is enticing. So I don't actually have a tagline for my book, so
you can just use fake stuff here.
This book is super awesome, right? So we're going to say that's our tagline, and I've already got my book description here, which I've pasted. And the only thing I want to do here is I want to do a little bit of stuff down here. I'm going to make this bold because I like that to stand out. So this is my book description. If I drag this out, you can read the whole thing. Not that anyone cares about my book, but So this is my book description. This is going to show up by default on all of the pages that I create, but you'll see once we get into the pages interface that all of that can be customized.
Okay.
So then we will, BookFunnel wants at least an EPUB, a Mobi file, and a book cover, and then optionally the PDF down here. So we're going to give it the EPUB that we've got. So I've already put in EPUBs. And you can actually tell BookFunnel will go and compile a Mobi from your EPUB for you if all you have is the EPUB. In this case, I like the way my Mobi has already been laid out, and I'm going to choose that. And then we will get the book cover. And you can save at any point, and BookFunnel will save a draft, but you can't create pages until all of these required bits have been filled in. So really, the only thing we need are the book title, the author name, the EPUB, the Mobi, the book cover. Everything else is optional. So we can save and close this, and it's going to go through and create our book. Okay, so now we're looking at our book details page, and it's telling us Baptism of Blood and Fire. Here's our title, author, all this. You can open this up if we want to read our whole description and see what it looks like. In our book files, it's showing us what is going on. So BookFunnel is now going through and compiling the EPUB and the Mobi file into, it doesn't really actually do a whole lot for EPUBs and Mobis. We used to do more, and we've slowly stripped all that away so that we don't actually modify your files in any significant way, because we don't want to be responsible for somehow altering your content or altering the layout of your books. We don't want to do any of that stuff. So now we got a book, but we're not sharing with readers yet. Once you've gone through and uploaded the book, that's it. We have all the files. We have everything necessary to be ready to share with readers, but we're not there yet. So then the first scenario we're going to kind of walk through is what people use BookFunnel for the most, which is building up their newsletter, building up their mailing list. And so in order to do that, they want to go and collect email addresses. So we're going to go through and create what BookFunnel calls a giveaway page. So it says, okay, which book do you want to create for? We only have one. And do you want BookFunnel to collect the reader's email address before they can download? So yes, we're building our mailing list, so we want to collect the reader's email address. And then we get to this bit. So we're going to start my first giveaway.
So just for context, so people understand, you have a book and you want to give it away for free. You're going to use BookFunnel to deliver the book, but you also want to, at the same time, get them on your email list, which is extremely important. That's what he's building right now.
Right. And that's, you can absolutely use BookFunnel. We have also what we call download pages, which do not collect the reader's email address and just let the reader have the book for free, no questions asked.
But you, in my opinion, you'd always want to get the email address.
You can. We do have authors that use those download links, or that use download pages for things like sending to their existing mailing list. Hey, everybody, here's a short story. You don't have to put in your email address again and go through all that rigmarole. Just here's the book. Everybody who wants it, go download it. It'll expire on Sunday. Oh. So we do have a lot of authors that use those. We try to give flexible tools so that you can do all kinds of promotions and marketing efforts through BookFunnel. It's not just for building your mailing list. That is usually why people sign up, because they're trying to build their mailing list. But we've built a ton of other features that make it really easy to use as a marketing tool when just in your author career. So, for example, expiration date, you can set up this giveaway page so that it expires in a couple of days or a couple of months, and then BookFunnel will automatically expire it when it reaches that date. We can set a download limit so that you can say only 100 copies. I'm going to do a flash giveaway to a Facebook group, and I'm only going to give away 20 copies. And
I love that feature. I love that feature, because then you're not worried about someone copying the link or sharing it out there, and then your book getting 1,000 copies downloaded. You could limit it.
Exactly. So, and we do. And the flash giveaway, we've had a number of authors who've done flash giveaways, and it's really neat to see, because you can give away a book, 20 copies of a book that you don't make free anywhere else. You sort of, most authors have their reader magnet, which is kind of the freebie that they'll give to anybody who will take it. In my case, it's the first book in my series, and that's pretty popular for genre fiction writers. Here's the first book. I want to hook you, and hopefully you'll go and buy the rest of the series. But I also might have the box set of the 3 books, and I might go into some cool Facebook group and do a chat with other fantasy authors and say, hey, I'm giving away 10 copies of my entire trilogy through this link, first come, first serve. Well, I don't give that trilogy away for free. That's my books. I want to make money off of those, but I'll give away 10 copies and maybe hook some fans. Mm-hmm.
So let's
So
download limit just for fun at 100.
okay.
So we're saying 100 people are going to be able to get a copy of that book, and then it's done. Okay.
And then the link is dead. And I'll show you a little advanced option when we get down lower. So I have already integrated this demo account with my MailChimp account, with my personal Damon J. Courtney MailChimp account. So then it's asking me here because it's already integrated, BookFunnel will actually send every subscriber directly to my MailChimp list after they subscribe. So I'm going to send people.
What MailChimp is? It's an email service provider that collects email addresses, so you can have an email campaign. Similar, AWeber is another one. There's hundreds of these. But
yeah, there really are hundreds of them.
I want people to understand who are watching this video. This is the connection between the email service provider, so that people are automatically added to your email list.
Yes, you integrate your mailing list service with BookFunnel, and then when people join your list, we're able to send them back. And we have a few other neat features that I'll show you in a second. BookFunnel integrates with MailChimp, MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, AWeber, and ConvertKit. So we pretty much hit all the big ones. But yeah, no matter which ones we add, we still get the emails. When are you going to add X or Y? So there really are dozens and dozens.
I've been using AWeber for 15 years, so I'm an AWeber guy.
Yeah, and we support that. We love AWeber. They're really great. So I'm using, in this case, I just integrated with MailChimp because that's where my personal Damon J. Courtney mailing list is. So then we have these options down here. BookFunnel defaults to asking for the reader's first name, because that's really good to have when you're personalizing your emails. We don't default ask for their last name. The more information that you ask for, the more you're going to turn readers off. And for them, it feels like you're asking for too much information. But most readers are willing to give up their first name and their email address. Then we have an option here that requires the reader to opt into a mailing list. That, for what we're doing, which is mailing list building, yes, we want that checked, and that's on by default. Confirm the reader's email address before receiving their book is not exactly like a double opt-in, which is when you send an email that says, "Are you sure you want to be on this list?" What the confirmation actually does is, in BookFunnel's case, we confirm that the reader has a real email address, that they didn't give us a bogus email address. But if a reader has ever been through BookFunnel before and we have confirmed their email address in the past, we don't require them to confirm it again. So we'll actually give them the book and let them download directly without having to go through that confirmation process a second time. Okay. We found that, especially once we had a bulk of users, we're doing almost 1.5 million downloads a month now. So a lot of readers are coming through the service. And they really got sick of putting in their email address all the time. They were getting numerous books from authors on Facebook or in group giveaways, and it gets to be a pain. So we added that in. Because this account has integrations, one other little feature we have is what we call a restricted page, which is where we can require the reader to be on this mailing list already before they're allowed to receive this book. Nice. So you can create a giveaway that is just exclusively for your team, your ARC team, or for your fans, and send that one link out. And if they share that link with others, they won't be able to get the book. Only the people on your list are going to be able to get the book by verifying their email address. So we're not going to turn that on for now, but
okay. Now we can build a landing page, that Alice looking page, right?
Yes. So here we have, I'm going to scroll up so we get all the landing page settings in. And this is the layout, which I really encourage everybody to just leave that to the newer layout, because that gives you all these other cool options like background colors and accent colors and the 3D book effects. I can show you a few of those. If you preview, you can see what your page is going to look like on different size devices. And then we could change the background color. You can change the accent color. You can do all that sort of stuff. We're not going to go through all that just yet. So BookFunnel has pre-populated the heading 1, which is the large heading on that page, with our book tagline. Because if you have a tagline, that's really what you want front and center. The thing that is really going to grab the reader and make them want to read. Our tagline is not as enticing as all that, but BookFunnel has put it in there for us anyway.
That tagline could be written differently. That tagline could be something like, the next only 100 people will get a copy of this book, download now, or something, right? I mean,
sure.
You could say kind of like a landing page there.
So we could do, you could use a variable, which we actually just released today on your pages. So you could do a heading 1 that says only copies remaining left. And that will get substituted as the count goes down. So as every single person gets the book, that counter is going to start counting down until there are no copies left, and then the page will expire.
Okay, great.
So yeah, we'll leave that there, and I'll show you that when we actually go to demo the book. So down here, the heading 2 just says get your free copy of my book, and it's already again, BookFunnel has, you can actually just say create a page and save, and you're done. BookFunnel has pre-populated everything so that you don't have to make any of those choices if you don't want to. You can, but you can create a page and just say save it, and you're done. Here's the sign up message, which is when they tap get my book, and you see the dialogue that pops up and says, great, you're signing up for my mailing list. This is the default message that they see. Where should we send your book? Enter your email address, yada, 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 yada. This can all be changed. You can customize everything.
In a general sense, though, I wouldn't worry about changing stuff like that. You've pre-written that to the way that people understand. If you want to customize it, I would. But I guess my point is for anyone watching this and they're like, this is complex. It's I have to make too many decisions. You really don't have to. You could really just go through and just hit a button and have your page up. You don't have to do all of this extra stuff.
Well, and that's why we made BookFunnel chooses sensible defaults for you. So if I go back to baptism and I say, I want to add a giveaway page. Yes, I want to collect the reader's email address. If I just go save and close, I'm done. Oh no, sorry, I have to select my MailChimp list. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to send this one to a list. But other than that, you don't have to select any other options. BookFunnel will default all of that stuff for you.
Now here's this cool page. Okay, so this is the page that, go back to that page.
Yeah.
Created your giveaway page.
So if we click here, this is our giveaway link. This is the actual link that readers see on BookFunnel that takes them. And you can see we've only 100 copies left. Get your free copy of Baptism of Blood and Fire. All of that stuff is now being done. And if we claim a copy, so this is the dialogue. This is your sign up message that, again, we defaulted everything. We didn't change anything. This page was all generated from just a few little defaults. So it's asking my first name, my email address, and I say, yes, go ahead and send it to me.
Okay.
And now I only have 99 copies left.
That is a nice little feature there.
It's a call to
scarcity feature there. Yeah.
Yes, a call to action and creating scarcity are going to make more people download your book. And you can use, we have, our knowledge base is really, really big, but every page has some information that you can go and find on it that will help you see what all these cool advanced features can do for you.
Okay. So now I have that short link there as well, which I could just copy and paste into my emails or my social media or whatever I want to do.
Anywhere you want to put it. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now, assuming that I run the promotion, it looks like you have some stats I can review.
Sure. So we don't have much right now. I
Yeah.
should reload this page.
We did one book, right?
So it tells us that, so BookFunnel is telling us we've had 0 views because the view counters actually update every minute or so. So that hasn't counted yet, but the claimed copies updates instantly so that if you do a flash giveaway, it's boom, 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 20 copies. That's it. The link is dead. So BookFunnel is telling us that 1 copy has been claimed. We have no conversion and nobody has downloaded that book. So somebody claimed a copy, but they didn't actually go and download the book yet. So that's what that number there is telling you. And then also up here at the top of the giveaway, BookFunnel is telling us 1 reader has claimed our book. And then we have 1 new reader that needs to be exported. So you can go and you can export those readers from here and it will spit out a CSV to send to that you can save and do whatever you want to do with it.
But that's a nice feature. But if I choose the mailing list option, they're already on my mailing list as well.
They've already been added to your MailChimp list and you don't have to do anything.
Option for collecting your customers. I think one of the things that people say, somebody said, Jim, why don't I just use Amazon for this? Well, there's many reasons. Number one, Amazon's not sharing the customers with you. And you can't just give away free copies of your book on Amazon unless you're part of their promotion effort, and then you can only do it for 5 days. So that's why this is, I wrote a book called Go Direct. So I'm a big going direct to customers, and that's why this is something that I'm promoting, because I think it's a really valuable option for authors to go direct.
Absolutely.
All right, so we looked at the stats. We made our landing page. We kind of went through that whole thing. What did we miss? There's obviously, you can set thank you page settings. Like could you build a custom page just for your thank you page?
Yeah. So in the case of a giveaway, the reader is actually going to see 2 pages. The first one is your landing page, which says, hey, get your free copy, get my book, and then, where should we send your book? It's the sign-up page, the page that they're going to go to that you're sending them to get them onto your list.
Right.
Then BookFunnel, in a giveaway, BookFunnel will generate a unique private link just for that reader to download, to go then and download their book. And that link can't be shared with others. So they could share your giveaway link all day long and you'll just get more signups, but they can't then share the book, the link that actually takes them to the page to download their book. And we call that the thank you page.
Yeah, that stops people from just spamming it out to some group and saying, hey, here's some free books.
Right. And so the thank you page, you can absolutely customize as, hey, thanks for getting my, let's go and do that real quick. I'll show you just a really quick, so if I edit.
The thank you pages are very important in the internet marketing sales funnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what can I add a video on this page or anything, or
no? We've had requests for that, but not enough that it's made it to the top of the roadmap. But yes, we have had requests to add videos. So we're actually going to move that heading, download your copy of Baptism of Blood and Fire, down to heading 2, and up here we're going to change the heading 1, which is the big heading on the page, to hey, AIM. Thanks for checking out my book. And then I'd have to go check over here in my email. I actually have the private link. So BookFunnel emailed me the link and said, here you go. Here's where you can go get your book. So if I go look, and now I've changed my landing page settings, and this is what it says now.
Right.
I'm sorry, this is the thank you page setting.
Yep. So now it's just like personalized. You could put your own custom message in there. At this point, I would probably customize this a little bit more because they've already seen my book description before.
Sure.
So like I might put a custom message in there where I ask them to do something or whatever. Okay, good. Very powerful.
And you can do that right here. So that by default, the page text has 3 options. Don't show anything, use the book description, or use custom text, which will open up this box down here. I hope you love it. Leave me a review if you do.
Right.
Save that, and then I go back and reload my thank you page. That gets replaced. So you can customize all of the text on the screen. You can go through and you can use headings. I can say, I want that to be super huge.
Right.
And you get all of that stuff.
Right. Okay. So, all right. So now we've built the process of the giveaway page and the thank you page. And now I can just take that link and paste it into social media and email it and all that stuff. Right.
Yep.
And then I can see my reports and all this stuff. What else did we miss in here with that process?
So I will say the biggest question that authors give us on a regular basis is, where do I find my link? And we have it in a couple of places. So if you're looking at your giveaway, obviously we've put it right there at the top. So this is your giveaway link. But if you're looking at your book, you can actually see all of your pages at once. And we have the link for readers right here that you can just right click and copy the link address and you're ready to go. We encourage our authors to use, so, BookFunnel is designed that you upload the book one time and then you can create as many pages or other efforts against it as you want. And we encourage our authors to use that as much as you possibly can to segregate your efforts and make sure that, if you're going to do a Facebook ad campaign, use a new link just for that campaign, because you can track the statistics of how well that particular page, how well that link is converting. You could create 2 different pages with different text and do A/B testing and track the conversion rates of each of those pages to see how well you're doing. And you can create as many pages as you want. You can even duplicate. I can take this first page that we created and just duplicate it. And now I can start from where I was with this one and make a few changes to the text and see if that converts any better. See if more people are willing to get a copy. You can also, I lost my train of thought.
Well, let's talk about the certified mail campaign, because I think we're at that point now.
Yep. So the next thing down the line is certified mail. Now, certified mail is designed for sending copies out to an advanced review team that you have hopefully been able to establish through your mailing list efforts and through your books. So these are people, an advanced reader team is a group of readers who are willing to give reviews in exchange for a free copy before the book is released. Generally, you get the book ready for release a few weeks before. You would send a copy out to your advanced review team and say, hey guys, here's the new book. everybody get your reviews posted by, January 1st. And so everybody goes and gets their copy of the book and puts up the reviews so that on the day when your book launches, you start getting those reviews coming in early, which is that social proof that you need so that other people who don't know who you are going to see that book. And it's like, wow, this book already has 8 reviews or 12 reviews. It looks really good. I think I'll pick it up and try it.
Okay. So the certified mail makes sure that book has like a watermark on it or something, or?
So certified mail does 2 things specifically. One, there is no public link out there for people to download the copy of this book. So there is no link that can be shared among readers anywhere. Instead, what happens is you give us the list of email addresses of your team, the people that you want to send to, and BookFunnel will send an email to each of them with each of them receiving their own unique private link for downloading their book that is only good for them to download, and then the link is dead.
So this is great for the paranoid people who are worried that someone's going to take their book and submit it out to all these places ahead of time and, scoop them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And it does watermark the book with the reader's email address and other information so that if a copy does get shared, we can hopefully track it back to the person that originally shared it. Unfortunately, most of the time we find that their copies are actually coming from Amazon. So people just download the book and then go and share it. But what this does is it makes sure that the book doesn't get out early. If you were to go and create a giveaway page and just send it to your ARC team and say, hey, everybody, go get your copy. Here's the page, go get your copy. People could give that link to their friend, and somebody else who's not on your team is now getting a free copy of your book. If you use a restricted page, which if you're integrated with your mailing list account, you have the option, then you can mitigate that because you can only get it if you're on this particular list. So that's another way you can send out an ARC copy. But certified mail goes through and we just create a new campaign. So we're going to call this my first campaign. Which book are we sending? The only book that we have. And then here we would put in email addresses. So test at example. Not that you haven't already seen my email address, but you could, if you were just sending it to a small number of people, you could put their email addresses in. Most likely you would go and copy those email addresses out of MailChimp, out of your mailing list, or out of a CSV and just paste them right here into this box. So then we're sending a mail like anything else. What's the subject of the mail? Here's your review copy of this little title is another variable on BookFunnel. So that's going to pull the title of this book down here. Then we have what we call the greeting, which is the top of the mail message. And it says, title is ready for you to read and review in big, bold letters. Then in the email message, BookFunnel will put their individual download link next. So it will say, greeting, here's the link to download your book. And then you can also put further instructions or further text in here if you want to. And a lot of authors do. A lot of authors are very, very friendly with their ARC teams. They're very encouraging. Hey, everybody, get those reviews out. So excited to show you this book, all that sort of stuff. And you can do all that. You can control the message that you send out to your readers. Readers have to download. We have a couple of options here. Most authors give them a couple of weeks. So that was the option that we default to.
Now, this feature is pretty cool, the next one, which is send a reminder. And
yes.
I thought this was one of the really unique features that I really enjoyed because it's important if you're sending out our copy, you're asking for reviews, people, you want to be able to remind them, hey, you've only got a week left to get this book and leave me a review, and that helps with your conversion. So that's a really neat feature.
Absolutely. So we check this box and we get send a reminder, and you can leave review instructions in the email. So BookFunnel will default the email to a little message that depends on whether, so we know because each link that a reader receives is unique to that reader, we know exactly whether that reader has viewed the link, whether they've downloaded the book, and then what devices and formats they have downloaded if they have. We have all of that information, and we actually share that with you in the campaign summary. So you can export a CSV of your campaign and have all of that information. So if you check the reminder and BookFunnel sends out the reminder, it will say, hey, it looks like you downloaded your copy of Baptism of Blood and Fire. If you had trouble getting the book, contact BookFunnel support and we'll help you. And then the other one is if they did not download the book, they get an email that says, hey, it looks like you haven't downloaded your copy yet. You need to download it. You have a week left to get it. And then we add the author's review instructions here, and that's where the author would say, hey, don't forget October 1st, everybody needs to go to this link on Amazon and post your review. Whatever you want to say to your reviewers at that point.
Nice feature. Okay. Well, I get the concept of the sending the campaign, or I'm sorry, the certified mail. I love that. Let's talk about the other option you have in there, which is the the gift a book.
Yeah. So let's get out of this one. We're not actually going to save this campaign. So
No.
Gifting a book is quite literally just sending one book at a time to any reader that you want. We found that once we put these out at the same time, certified mail and gift a book, and these were based on feature requests and what we saw authors doing with BookFunnel. So we saw a lot of authors that were using download pages, and they would create a new download page with a limit of 1, and the link would be called, book for Jamie, book for Susan. They were literally creating a unique link for every single reader. And, you can do that, but it's a whole page every time you want to send somebody just a copy of your book. So that was why we built this gift a book feature. So here you can just choose the book that you want to send. I'm going to send it to myself. And then we've pre-populated the subject, a gift for you. And then we've pre-populated a little message here that says, here's a free copy of title, My Gift to You. You can download with this link. This is a link. You can't share it. It's good for only 14 days. And then if you have any trouble, be sure and ask BookFunnel for help. So then you can just send the book, and that's it. It actually sends the email about the link so that the reader can go grab it and grab their copy.
Nice. That's a really nice feature to avoid you from having to create those landing pages every single time. I love that.
And you can see down here, so we show you, so you can export this data of the readers who you have, but you can also see down here the most recent gifts that you sent. So who it's sent to, the book that you sent, the code, basically the short private link that we sent them, and then over here, whether they've viewed and whether they've downloaded the book. So if I go click this link, I can go get my book
and say, and which is a really important feature because people may say they've read the book, or they may tell you that they've viewed it or downloaded it, but then you can tell that they haven't.
Right. So you can see here now I've got a little checkbox that says I viewed this book. So I know that the gift that I sent, the reader did go through and actually get the book, or they viewed the page. So they clicked the link. They have to have gotten my email, or they wouldn't have gotten the link in the first place. So now I've downloaded the book. And now it tells me, yeah, that reader actually viewed the page and they downloaded the book. So you can, if you send a gift to somebody, whether they actually got it and that they actually got a copy of the book that they wanted.
Now, the integrations page is just from the email service provider stuff?
Yes. So integrations is just that.
It's just to link up to your email service provider, and you kind of walk through. We don't need to go through that, but I just want people to understand you're just linking up your mail server.
Well, it has a nice little feature if you are integrated. So you can see I'm integrated here with my MailChimp account. And so BookFunnel is saying, here's all your giveaway pages, because download pages don't have anything to do with your mailing list provider. But you can actually go through the integrations page, and I can say, oh, here's all my giveaways. I've created a new list on BookFunnel called my Super Readers Art Team, and I want to change all my giveaways to that same page.
Very nice.
Okay. So now I can change every giveaway across BookFunnel, all my giveaways, or I can individually select. So if you were to change to a different mail provider or create a whole new list, you can quickly blow through and change all of your giveaway pages right there.
And that, my friends, is the power of Damon and being an engineer, coming up with features like that.
I come up with features. I'm a power user. I'm an engineer, so I expect things to work. If they don't work the way that I want them, then I go build them to work the way that I want them.
I appreciate things like that, because that saves, when you're doing this at a high level, it saves a lot of time when you have features like that. So, all right. So let's talk about bundles, which is in beta.
So, yeah, and it's actually going to be out of beta in the next couple of weeks. I don't know when this will air, but it's due on our roadmap to be released. So it's been out for a few months now. And we wanted to really see what authors could do with it, what kind of powerful things they could create with it, and whether or not there were other features that we wanted to add. And we actually did end up adding a number of really neat features through that. So let's just go create one. I just want to show you what it looks like real quick.
Tell me what it is. What am I making?
So a bundle is, as an author, as an individual author, you could set up a bundle page on BookFunnel to bundle up your books. Let's say we have a number of authors who give away what they call a starter library. So they have 4 different running series, and they will give you all of the first books of every series that they have. So I'm going to give you 4 free books just for signing up for my mailing list, because I really want you to read them and then go on and buy all of my series. That's what I want. So they would set up a bundle page rather than sending them an email and say, here's 4 links, boom, 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 go get my books. You would just send them a link to your bundle, and they could go and look at your book covers and individually decide, oh, I like that book, I'm going to take that book. I'm not really interested in that one. Or they could just click through and get all 4 of your books.
Great.
The other thing, the bigger use that authors are using bundles for is group promotions. So getting together with other authors in your genre and everybody offering a free book, so that you might have 20 or 30 books in a giveaway in a bundle, and then everybody's promoting to their mailing list, everybody's working together to promote each other, and everybody is sending them to the same page, to the same bundle page on BookFunnel, and BookFunnel will lay out all the links for you so that it creates a pretty page, and it actually has some really powerful features I'm going to show you. So we're going to go and we're going to create the test bundle, and then BookFunnel wants to know what link we want to call it. We don't have any here, so I'm going to create one. So we're going to say test my bundle. So that's the page that we're going to show. You can choose a start date and an end date. So for your promotion, you could create the link and create the bundle in advance and then not start it until a month later. But you could start putting it on promotional materials. Everybody could start linking it up in their mailing lists. And BookFunnel will just put a coming soon message, if you choose, that says, yeah, this promotion is not ready yet, but it's coming soon. It'll happen on August 1st or whatever you want to do.
Okay, and then I can make the bundle public if I want, or I could just keep it private and send it to just the people I want to send it to. I get that.
Yes, and if it's public, then that means that it's out there. Basically what it means is we let search engines index the page so that it can be found by others if they're Googling around and looking for free books, or they're looking for this particular promotion by name. That's all that really means right now. The page title is the title of the page. My super bundle, and a header image, which I don't actually have right now. Then you have the message. This is some text that you want to put at the top of the bundle page. So we can say, grab any of these books free, and we'll center that and we'll make it a header. So down here, because we've added a start date, BookFunnel says, do you want to show a coming soon message? And you can say yes, and we say coming soon. Nice. Again, center it and header it. And we actually want to show the book covers on the page too. I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's kind of neat. Then we get down to the bottom, which is manage the links. So in a BookFunnel bundle, all you really want is those links that we created, those giveaway pages that we created that had those links in them. Those are the links that you're going to put in here. So, if you're doing your own bundle, then all the links belong to you. If you're doing a bundle with other authors, then they are links that you've gotten from others. So I have a little list of links here that I'm going to paste in and show you. So I set those bundle links, and it comes up and says, here they are. Okay. So these are all the books that I've now put in my bundle. And there's a bunch of other neat little options down here. The only ones that I'm really going to comment on at this point are randomize the order of the books. That's nice. And what that means is that every time a reader loads the page, they will get the book covers will be randomized in order so that every author in the bundle has an equal chance of being top billing at the top of the page. Got it. We found with bundles that a lot of authors it was annoying if your book was always stuck at the bottom. And we looked at the hits, the clicks, and the views that we would get from these bundles, and you could see a direct pattern. Anybody who was at the top of the page, they were getting far more clicks than anybody who was at the bottom. So if you randomize the book covers, everybody gets equal billing. Now, as the author of this particular bundle, I can go in and randomize, and then I can go and say, let's say that I'm Bram Stoker. I'm not, but let's say that I were. I could randomize the order of these pages, but you know what? I could also just say, but feature my book at the top. Yeah, so that no matter what.
Bundled together, and did all the hard work, so I'm getting the feature.
And so you always get the top spot, and everything else will be randomized and fair. But, my one book, mine's always going to be that top spot. So that was another little feature we added. And then finally, the other feature that we have is that a lot of authors had asked us for. This was something that we got after we put the bundle out, the bundle feature out, was they wanted to be able to track. You you spend all this time, you're the promoter, and you spent all this time gathering 30 authors together that are all going to promote, and everybody agrees, yes, we're all going to send this, the bundle to our mailing list, so we're all going to be driving traffic, hooray, it's all going to be virtuous. But then some people don't send it to their mailing list. They for whatever reason, I'm not going to speculate, but they don't share the way that everybody else did. And so there was no way to tell. There was no way to tell who was actually doing the sharing and who wasn't. So we added this option for using tracking links, and I'll show you what those look like once we save the bundle. So down here in my bundle, it's telling me, here's the author, here's the book title, here's the author. And I can actually, if I'm looking through this, I can actually click this and send a message to the person that is in my bundle. And then over here, these are all the clicks and links. You can ignore that. But the tracking link here is the important part. So this is the link that I would give to each person in this bundle. And you can export and say, here, this is your link. Bram Stoker, this is your link you want to share to your mailing list. This is your link. This is your link. This is your link. And then as the promo opens, you'll start to see these hits tracking. You're able,
who's not.
Right. And basically who shared and who didn't. And it's, you hope that everybody is going to share. Everybody's going to be equal. And we have a lot of authors that are sharing, that are doing bundles that don't require large mailing lists. Many of them say, yeah, listen, if you've got a mailing list of at least 100 people, you can join in, but you have to share it. You have to share it on your Twitter. You have to share it on your Facebook. You've got to try, even though your following may be much smaller than some of the other authors in this group. And that was what that tracking link was for, was to help those people.
Of the landing page there, so I can see what that looked like.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go here. So this is the actual bundle, and it says coming soon. And notice we're still on the coming soon because I set a start date that's in the future. So it's actually showing me all the book covers. It's randomized them, but it's put Dracula in the top corner because it's featured. And then they're all grayed out because it's coming soon. So if I go back to my bundle and let's edit it, and we'll just remove the start date, or we'll change the start date to yesterday. So now if we save it and go back to my bundle, now the message has changed and all the books become available.
So if I click on one of those books, what happens then?
It takes you to the landing page that the author has designed for that book.
Just for that one. Okay, great. That's a neat feature. Nice. Okay.
So then along with bundles, the next thing we have, and we're getting toward the end here, are promotions. So after we added the bundles, authors were really excited. They were getting into group promotions with other authors. And of course, like anything, we saw authors creating their own Facebook groups and gathering together to try and find other authors in their genre. Once we have this cool bundle feature, I need to find other fantasy authors to join with so that we can help each other promote. So that was when we added promotions, which we call the bulletin board. And so this, what this is an entirely separate place where authors can post a promotion that says, hey, I'm in fantasy, I'm in space opera down here, and I'm looking for people to join my bundle. And then they give you a description so we can go and as an author, if you're not promoting, if you're not the promoter that's creating these, you can actually go in and set the genres that you're interested in, and BookFunnel is going to notify you when new promotions are created in that genre only. So we hate spam. We hate sending out spam email. We hate sending out useless email. We try to really narrow down and only send you email that you actually want to see from us. And so that was why we gave you the ability to set your genres. And I can actually go into, I'm a fantasy author. I do fantasy. I don't really do science fiction. So for me, even though I could do sci-fi and fantasy, I really just want fantasy. That's all I write, and that's all I care to see. Although I might do young adult fantasy too. I do write. My books tend to skew a little younger. So I'm going to do those two, and I'm going to save those notifications. And BookFunnel is going to tell me anytime another author creates a promo that falls into those genres or subgenres.
Nice feature.
So post a promo, and this all has pretty typical stuff. Damon, promotion name, super summer giveaway. The submission deadline, everybody has until September 1st to get their link submitted. We're going to start this promotion on the 10th of September, and we're going to end it 2 weeks later on the 24th. Then we're going to tell it what genre we want. So I'm a fantasy author. I'm going to choose science fiction and fantasy, and this is a fantasy genre. This is the link that if you wanted to share, if you've already set up the link, we're going to go grab our little test bundle link. So you could put that in there to tell, so that readers, or I'm sorry, the authors can actually go see what your page is going to look like long before the promo ever goes live. Mm-hmm. If you have created a post on Facebook, either in your own group or in our group, our Book Funnel Bundle Authors group is a group where authors share information and share promos back and forth to gin up other people coming in to help. And so you could post that link in here. I don't have anything. And then your promo description is just that. Hey, this is going to be great. Sign up now. And then we have a few requirements. All these really do is narrow down what kind of promo you're doing. So in our case, since we're using a book funnel bundle, we require a book funnel link. So this is not a promo that you're doing that is going to use Amazon books. You could do a promo where everybody's in KU and everybody give us your KU books. BookFunnel will manage the promotion for you, but you're going to do all the links and the pages yourself. We only want full books. I don't want to do samples or chapters for this particular giveaway. And then I want to require a minimum mailing list size of at least 100. You at least have to have something on your mailing list. Space in this promo is limited. I don't want this to be huge, so I'm only going to take 30 books in this promo. And then I want it to automatically close once 30 people have submitted. And then you can write in any additional requirements down here. I'm not going to post this because then it's going to email and notify everybody that I created a promo. So I'm just going to cancel that. But that's all the promo features that you can build. And this creating a promo does not automatically create a bundle or do anything. No. What's that?
It's just advertising that you want to create this with other authors.
Right. Yeah, and the problem that we saw, the problem we were trying to solve here was we saw everybody doing this through Facebook groups, and it's like, hey, join the group and post if you have a promo, and everybody will pile into that Facebook post. And that's fine, but Facebook is kind of arbitrary in how it decides what it's going to show you, when it's going to show it to you, and what order it's going to show it to you in. So your promo, you might post it and nobody ever sees it, and it just sort of falls down the list of the group.
Well, I'll tell you, what else did we miss in here? Because I think we've gone through pretty much every one of the big features, haven't we?
That's all the big ones there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I got to tell you, I think that this was really powerful. I think that authors should be doing this. I mean, the strategy of giving away a book in order to get more people on your email list is a proven strategy. And I think that between all the other features you have in here, like the bundles and the promotions and all those things, you've really built a powerful piece of software here that everybody should sign up and join and check out. So Damon, I want to thank you for your time. This has been really fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was neat. It's neat. I don't get to spend a lot of time going back through some of the other features that we've built in the past. I'm always working on the new stuff and what's coming out next. So I often forget how much work we've actually done in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the passion in what you've built, and I can see that you care about what you built, and you've put in the little pieces. I've built plenty of software over the years, and I'm not an engineer. However, I've directed a lot of them, and I can tell that you really care about what you're doing here, and you've built a really robust and thorough piece of software that people are really going to enjoy, that solves problems. So I get it. So thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope everybody goes out there and considers becoming a BookFunnel customer.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed this masterclass from Author Marketing Club. Check out bookfunnel.com and try some of those features out and start building your email list, start getting your books out there for people. Use the features in the site, and you will have a better chance at being successful as an author. And that's what Author Marketing Club is all about. It's about helping you find tools and training that's going to help you do a better job of becoming a full-time author and making a lot of money, hopefully. So I'm Jim Kukrow from Author Marketing Club. Thank you to Damon for joining us. You guys have a great week and year of book selling, and we'll see you in the next masterclass soon. Bye-bye.